Hello, and although they have already started, sorry for that, they started a bit early. We have Division 1 semi-finals instead of Premiership tonight. We have Troubleshooters versus Bad Dragons. This is the first round of the first map on Proplant. As you can see, we have a just 1 minute 30 off the clock for the blue team here, and red have all of the time on the clock themselves. DuMmTm, have you seen any of the game? Can you comment on what's happened so far?
Oh, I can tell you the circumstances around this real quick as we get into it, and the situation is really that first and second seed into playoffs in Division 1 kind of just been running away with it. Bad Dragons had a bit of a rough start but bounced back quite strongly, and despite not getting a point for first, they've had a pretty respectable game against them. Troubleshooters just barely stumbled into playoffs, so the fact that they're coming out swinging and hoping for the best here is maybe a positive, I guess, but it's not working quite yet right. This Uber here will actually catch the medic as well. DQZ will go down, so if we did predictions at the beginning of the match, I certainly would have expected Bad Dragons to win this match. After all, it was just those two at the top of them and Culture 6 and first, taking the season apart basically in Division 1, and everyone just scrambling for points and barely even making it to playoffs, or barely falling apart, I guess, in the last second there for the other two teams behind them. As it stands right now, great start from Bad Dragons, and it's looking really strong here. I would imagine it's their map pick. I would think Troubleshooters pick the Steel we'll see later tonight. Would they maybe did well, or I don't know, maybe their opponents just were bad on it, I can't honestly tell you.
Yes, Bad Dragons obviously having a much better round them in the blue there. They also have Broken on Sniper, so they have a Prem Sniper Merc. So that's obviously going to help in their favour as well. As can be seen by Broken being on a 7 kill streak in this first round. And it seems to have worked out, seeing as they cap with Troubleshooters getting 0 time off the clock.
Yeah, we might have joined late, but I don't think we missed much of anything.
I do not think we did.
I can't really complain about the quality of Merc as well. I mean, most of Bad Dragons have been at Prem at one point or another as well. They've just been having to go through the motions again with roster shuffles and all that stuff to get back to Premiership level with this new roster, but it's working out pretty well here.
Indeed it has. They did get 3rd in Prem one time, I believe, and that experience is going well, but DuMmTm getting sniped on the start of this mill. Not a good start to this round, but Troubleshooters can actually get in to do something here. Their medic is healthy, surviving the bomb, should be able to cap this one out. Only Broken to worry about, but that is certainly someone to worry about. So as long as you don't peek the sniper, you should be fine.
Yeah, not a start they wanted here. For what it's worth, Troubleshooters also with a bit of roster change. I don't know if it's really a roster change or if it's just something like premeditated, where they knew they had to like change someone mid-season as well. They had 94 play on Demo Man a lot for them as well, also known Demo Man from the Russian scene as well. Swap now to Kruki. I mean, it's gotten them to playoffs, so it can't have been too bad here, but always a bit awkward when like a pivotal class like this has to change mid-season for sure. Let's see if it's enough for now. At least they get the better start. DQZ with Uber as well helps quite a bit to get things rolling here. Never really got started, obviously, last round, just now as you've seen with them getting no time at all. And yikes, never mind. Broken finds the angle, the tiniest spot to peek for the medic for, but it will work out, and that's looking like a pretty quick recap.
Yes, only 34 seconds off the clock there for Troubleshooters. Infinitely better than they did last round, so you can't complain too much if you are Troubleshooters, but a full Ubercharge disadvantage isn't very good for them. So they're going to have some work to do to get back into this round. Probably another sack will come in, I imagine. Get a spy in behind and a double bomb is what you're going to have to try to do. This forward hold from Bad Dragons is probably going to slow them down slightly. You're going to have to make sure your medic is also building. DQZ going to have to get that Ubercharge up nice and quickly so they can actually contest the point soon enough.
Lots on the line here tonight. This is the semifinals after all. Grand finals for Division 1 tomorrow, Sunday, same time slot here, 21:15 on KritzKast once again, so make sure you tune in for that. For whoever will win this right now, Bad Dragons will have to use this Uber here, so they're not getting out of this scot-free, but who's to say they didn't want to use it at all? Big chase coming through, getting all the kills they want to. They want to get to this grand finals real badly. They've been fighting for that one just as much as everyone else has this season, but with the result they have, might still be getting their DQZ going down. Is a huge help right now. Using in a defensive position like this, you want to see the opponents that die. They will get rewarded for a big chase there. Matt goes down, advantage still in their hands here, when the time is just getting finally in the lead for them.
Indeed, although they had a bit of a rough start on that middle, Troubleshooters not being able to capitalize, and they are feeding 2 players in there. Their Soldier and Scout go down, and DQZ is killed as a result of that player advantage. So back to square one for the Ubercharge, while DuMmTm back up to 70%. Going to be 75 when DQZ spawns, so a nice healthy advantage for Bad Dragons once again.
Yeah, not looking shabby at all. As we continue down the timer of the blue team, big advantage. It's gonna make this sound a lot easier. Troubleshooters really needs a big change of pace here to get something going forward as well. They played Koth mapping at each other in the regular season as well. It was a Koth week when they played. 3-1, 3-1 at the time for Bad Dragon, so beating them on Kingdale before makes probably the choice to go back to Kingdale pretty easy, and with the looks of that big pincer maneuver, Boshi behind with the scout pushing up as well. Beautiful maneuver by Bad Dragons. It's not a surprise to see those past results reflected in what's happening in the present once again. Last ditch effort by Doge coming through the Resident, one Ukrainian on his roster, and I mean, both teams putting their faith in Ukrainian soldiers working out just fine. Looks like Ukrainian soldiers working wonders here.
Indeed, Doge actually killed the sniper before that Uber came out from Bad Dragons. That's prompted troubleshooters to walk forward, but they forgot about the Uber. Bad Dragons used it in and wiped troubleshooters, allowing them to hold on. But then Doge coming in last second and actually killing DuMmTm, giving Uber charge and the point back to troubleshooters, but losing 4 in the post cap. Going to be rough to hold on with this player disadvantage caused by the slower spawns. Bad Dragons going to be able to recap straight away, although this Uber charge is still in favour of DQZ and troubleshooters.
Yeah, it gives them a fighting chance, but it's a big comeback to make, so this push has to work and work quickly as well. 30 seconds, if you waste any more time as well, you just put them in overtime even if you get the point, and at that point, with 2 minutes left, you can just trade any ugly fight on point you want and get away with it here with the better spawn times the team off the cap has. So this gotta go quick here. You want to give yourself a little bit of time for arrow, but the arrow's already happening. Soldier of the beam goes down early. Here's a charge finally coming through, but it has so much work left to do in Boshi. Weakest Ukrainian male getting 10 kill streak this round on Soldier on a map like this. Always impressive to see, putting in the work for the team right now, and with that big Uber advantage in their hands as the cat still goes through the red team. But like I said, now they are having prime position to take this round back and might as well just run away with the round from here.
Yeah, Vansky killing Broken made the post-Uber fight really good for troubleshooters, and Boshi going down to Vansky once again, getting another nice kill, enabling some space, but they're also passive in lobby. I'm not sure why they're giving all this space up quite for free. I think they're expecting this Uber charge to come in and they're going to rotate through shutter. That's exactly what seems to be happening. The Uber is used in, but they're giving up so much time on the cap that even though they're coming through shutter, it's just a free cap. Not quick enough on the rotation. Troubleshooters losing the second round because of it as well.
Yeah, there you go. That will do just fine. Broken having a great game on their part as well. And like you said, it's the Merc maybe, but funny enough, that means that the one not a SWAT person, I guess, on these rosters is not present tonight. They would have been Brit otherwise, and I think not the case today. This is in fact 8 Russians and a Ukrainian each, unlike what it would have been otherwise.
Indeed, and as we enter this third round, troubleshooters need to turn it around, otherwise they're going to be out 3-0 on this first map. And taking it to map 2 and hoping to recover from there. The space created from this heavy and the spam from the demo man is so large on Bad Dragon that they actually lose the first casualty. Because of it, the health is so bad, they couldn't capitalize on the space created. The health was whittled away, and it meant that troubleshooters were able to get the kills, get the cap, and actually once again getting the first bits of time off the point. Ahead in this third round, can they hold on to it as they were unable to in the second round?
That was terrifying exit from point by Bad Dragons as well. There was a lot of spam still following DuMmTm into the lobby area, but just about manages to escape that. They get back to point here. Troubleshooters once again with a good start. Couldn't manage to really follow up on the premise of that last time. Let's see if maybe things change here. Clav kill. I mean, anything helps early on in the game, of course. Just slow down the initial push here back onto point. Ooh, actually, I didn't realize those on Beggars as well. Seen a couple of people on Beggars this season so far. I've only really seen one guy actually have much success with it, but that's besides the point here. If it works now, that's all that matters here. The bombs across for the rest of the team to follow up with the Ubers. Well, turns some heads, gets the sniper involved with that too, and a lot of damage on top of that, and there you go. The red combo opens up some space. The flank, the one cleaning up the kills for it as well. 3-4 kills going through. Soldier, sniper, scout cleaning up big time, while the combo is just making them a lot of room to get in with these pick classes, so to speak here, and that will work wonders for them. Roll up still with 1 to go. Heavy going down late. That's already the first minute of the clock. Not looking shabby this time around.
Indeed, they also have a nice Uber charge advantage to boot. Darker Time having to actually back out, not able to heal anybody because of it, and it's 25% almost advantage to DQZ. Yucca going to have to back out with the Dead Ringer, and Vikman gets the Broken Stab, so that is going to be a huge amount of space for Vansky to be able to just wide peek any angles he would like, try to get that medic once again. DQC's budget actually has dwindled slightly as Bad Dragons try to take this point. They lose their Pyro and Vikman as well, so it looks like it's a good start for this push for Bad Dragons, but their health is not good. Their demo runs 9 health, so they have to back out, but they have frags that they can recommit on now with these Uber charges once they are up. and it's going to be a good post-Uber fight for them if they take it early.
Yeah, big lead. It's getting bigger and bigger here. If this Uber just has anything to say about the matter, even start with this one. Gonna be tough on this one here. The Demo Man finally takes on Sniper. Finsky taken down. Will have a lot for post-Uber on Bad Dragons. Might just get themselves on point. You gotta be careful though. If you die on cap and still get the point time wrapped up for the cap, it's gonna be real ugly. Good thing they force everyone back all the way through lobby to rotate. They're gonna be sitting pretty on point, not dying anytime soon just yet. Still have the sideline intact here. Broken, peeking deep, looking for this medic hiding in the back area there, but the rest of the team really needs to make them some space if they want to go anywhere. There we go. They didn't anticipate them actually just suddenly going deep all of a sudden. This forward hold is just not getting rewarded whatsoever.
I don't know if you caught that, but Boshi is on DQZ while I'm talking about this, but Doge tried to beggars jump and hit the skybox and therefore didn't make it over the point. He just he hit the invisible wall by the floaty thing in the air, the train track in the air, landed on the medic, hit 2 rockets onto him with the beggars, and the shotgun cleanup killed him. So
too big to fail.
I don't quite know how that ended up working, but it does fault them, and it means they have a huge Ubercharge advantage with 35 seconds left on the clock. They're in the driving seat in this round. Can they get the first round on the board in this map and the semi-final? That's only time will tell. Double bomb comes in. Boshi and Quarky drop DQZ together, but it's still 20 seconds left on the clock. They should get the cap, but it's not over for troubleshooters at all. They're still ahead in this round, especially if they can defend and get overtime on the cap.
Yeah, it's looking good right now. I mean, this might as well be overtime already. If you recap this one now, there's little time to get back with any more fight here. Bad Dragons basically can't give up the point anymore if they want to see this map end as quickly as possible right now. 2 more minutes to go. It's a long way to go for sure, but they have the ability to start with as well. That should buy them a little bit of time to breathe here, but not a whole lot, assuming that troubleshooters can maybe get another good force in. I mean, the bombs so far have been pretty good this round specifically. Looks like they're warming up finally in this match. We'll see if it's enough though. The flanks are coming through already, but on both sides for that matter.
Yeah, it looks like troubleshooters just want to poke at the moment, maybe try to get this force out by baiting the Bad Dragons into using, but no, they take the double bomb in once again. Doge is in the front with stock, DuMmTm uses, but DQZ is all the way out to spawn, not being able to be caught, and even Quarky goes down to Fansky as well, so the spawners will be up first for troubleshooters and they won't have a demo to defend, and Sniper is down as well, so it's a huge advantage for troubleshooters to take this 3rd round and take it to 2-1 on the scoreboard and attempt the comeback.
Yeah, it's the one chance they need, I suppose, right? And if you get one round now, it doesn't matter how rough the first one or the second one has looked like when the last 3 in a row are just the ones that work here. Heavy wastes a bit of time on the initial charge onto point here, but they're still getting past him pretty nicely, otherwise get this damage across the point maybe. Spy behind tries to cut off the exit, takes a while to get there, but makes the exit just all the more impossible. DuMmTm really, really weak, but they have to go back to point. Doesn't matter what health they have to take their chance here to get back to the cap. Quickly reloading as well, so does his counterpart on blue as well. Everyone just needs more ammo to keep this long fight going. The backers comes through, just about kills Demoman. Crucial kill to have here just now. Red team being still on point just now will actually bite them in the back here a little bit. It just makes it so that the long fight at the end with overtime just about approaching. But didn't just have the better spawns as well. They really needed the faster spawns and maybe cap later just now, but I guess it wouldn't have pressured Bad Dragons to stay on point nearly as much, so it might still work out here. We're coming up now as well, and they have to block this point with their lives. Luckily, they have an Uber charge, so they will be invincible for a little bit of these lives still, but it's not going to be enough. Most of them just go in to see that Uber be used, and then are out of the fight already. Lots of troubleshooters dying here, they still have to use Uber.
Yeah, both Ubers were kind of just awful, but I guess troubleshooters just wasn't as awful as Bad Dragons, and so many spawners down for Bad Dragons and so many up for troubleshooters that I do not imagine that they don't cap this.
Yeah, this is the better spawn. It's just working overtime for troubleshooters to get this over the line here. Not a pretty fight, like you said, but they could just afford to trade there and still make the run for point again before the opponents even really have a chance to get out of the spawn door again. 2-1, like I said, in the regular season on the 2 COP maps they played. It was 3-1, 3-1 each on King of the Hill maps back to back here, so I mean, they're not doing worse than last time on COP, but if they can do a little bit more of this and a slightly better finish, I guess, they can do much better than that as well.
Boshi's really quick. He's underneath bats behind the demo and he doesn't know. The demo's going to go down. Huge frag on the opening from Boshi there. Jump map's paying off while he is the only frag. So down on the DQC actually. Boshi getting three huge frags in fact, and it means first cap goes to Bad Dragons. Last time first cap went to Bad Dragons, they full held troubleshooters for the full 3 minutes. So If you're troubleshooters, you probably want to ignore that and just focus on this round, but it's got to be in the back of your mind.
Yeah, that start on the map like this, especially with how it's been going, it just can be really rough if you don't find a quick answer here. And off no Uber at all, it's going to be a lot harder to actually approach point. They have been going for these big segways before, so with the success they had so far, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more of that.
Soldier and Demo are in.
Dispenser, oh my god! There it is, that's going to do it.
Yeah, he was on about 10 health there and he got forced just about in time using the Uber, but it does mean that 40% advantage for DQZ and troubleshooters. They do have slightly better spawns, but it's not going to be good enough. Boshi is the last one up and he's going to be quick to point for sure. So it's going to be a 9 versus 9 with a 30%.
Oh, Dolch's just flying in! He just did the fast roll and no one's watching the roof!
He gets 2, Darky-Time and Lolivon. That's a medic and scout down. Friday goes down along with Doge, so it's 7 versus 7 with a pick advantage definitely in Troubleshooter's favour, and it looks like they're going to be capitalising on this, getting lots of frags. Quarky going down, Clav going down, Citrus going down, and now they have all the space in the world. Boshi's going to be behind, but as long as you are watching that, it should be okay. In fact, he dies. The Uber is forced though, I didn't quite see how.
It's not the end of the world. It's not the big disadvantage they have to stare at afterwards, but it's still just not as good as it could have been, of course, with this Uber being gone. So, unfortunate one. Even then, Doge makes a good job of the situation here to even allow them to get in and get the cap to begin with, where it would have been a long, drawn-out fight otherwise to even get that far. So not a bad start just yet to their round, basically, here, but that also means they're starting around with a minute deficit, so to speak, just now. That round's already at 140. Not to mention the Uber advantage still just being in their favor a little bit as well. Not a ton, but probably just enough to matter. You're not going to let this advantage go to waste at this point.
No, it's just about enough to which troubleshooters, if they build well enough, they can rotate back through Shutter, which is probably what they're trying to do, but DQZ gets caught, and that is the dreams of the Shutter push over. Darker Times Uber has faded, but there's no one to play in the post onto him, and it does mean that it's going to be a free recap with only 1 frag down for Bad Dragons, while troubleshooters are only 3 up. It's looking very bad in this 4th round for them. Maybe the prophecy of 3-1 could be returning, and a third 3-1 could be on the cards.
Looking good right now. They're finally putting much ahead on the timer here with Uber still left to go as well. So it might just come to fruition here for Bad Dragons if they just keep this alive a little bit longer, if the charges work out just a little bit more. Maybe Doge can make a difference here, tries to get the 1v1 on the flank here. But no one really wants to take the fight in the end. Doge has the pack if they are, but he doesn't get there in time actually. Dodgy still 1-ups in there in the end. That's the experience running through that maybe a little bit.
Yeah, not quite being able to get the cap. So much time on it though. Roll-up actually going down by not quite getting the beam in time. But Bad Dragons are going to be able to probably recap this very quickly afterwards, seeing as troubleshooters are about 5 down and only just gaining their spawns. The Uber charges have been equalized, so they are used onto the point. DQC blocking the time for now, but he's going to have to back out, and it's still bad for troubleshooters, being players down and a worse Uber. It's not looking good for them. Yucca DRing out, not actually killed by the Pyro there, but then the Pyro gets traded out for the DR. That's a horrible trade. You need that Pyro to reflect that spam. DQC's probably going to get caught by the Stickies or Boshi here. That's exactly what's going on. Boshi's onto DQZ, not quite dead, but now is dead, catching the last rocket. Boshi cleaned up by the demo mud, but it's too late. 30 seconds left on the clock and a huge Ubercharge advantage for Bad Dragons. You've got to say that if they lose this round, that it's some sort of throw.
It's looking rough right now. Yeah, this is probably just going to do it. And once again, we're in a position as well where the late game lead is just so huge on top map sometimes to overcome, right? Like, theoretically, there's a lot of things you can still do to turn this back around, but Bad Dragons could also just play safe, get Py-bun, and just win on the spot. And they still have enough time. They don't even need to do much of that right now. They just need to wait on point. Py-bun is going to come up sooner or later anyway, and you just have distribution availability here. And before they even get anywhere close to point, the round is already over. Bad Dragons winning map number 1 once again, 3-1. The round will start now. The setup time will begin to make their way through the second map of this best of 3 series. If you've just joined, you missed map 1 already, but you have the best yet to come. Still after some cough maps and before some cough maps as well later, if it comes down that way, assuming troubleshooters gets that far as well. They lost map 1, they're forced to win 2 maps in a row now. Bad Dragons just has to win 2 more rounds of steel in the next, up to 3, I suppose, to make it to Grand Finals for the rematch against Cult of 256 tomorrow at 9 o'clock here on KritzKast.
Indeed, it's Div 1 playoffs this weekend and Premiership playoffs next weekend, so make sure not to miss that. And if you would, drop a subscribe on the Twitch channel and Patreon and YouTube and Twitter and all that good fun stuff, that will be much appreciated. Help support the casters and production team alike. But as we get into the first round of steel here, we have Bad Dragons attacking, Troubleshooters defending. And as you said, Troubleshooters need to win this map to take it to a third. And as we see, Bad Dragons are pushing out a lot of people onto A, trying to get that cap nice and quickly. DuMmTm is playing in the spawn, was buffing his sniper, but it looks like he's going to stay there now. They might actually be rotating back for an A-B push. Not very Russian of them. As I say that, we see DuMmTm going out onto A. Could be an A-E or an A-E drop-down bait.
Yeah, traditionally, of course, not much action happening at both. You obviously like 3 people, like the flanks, Scout Soldiers by, and then you order basically a P on that point. In this case, it was really the Ziki Trap that got the value here. Not much of that, and barely slowed on the cap, right? Get 1 kill here, you get like half a second basically gained on the cumulative cap time. Speed loss, he all broken, goes for the drop down snipe, but can't quite get it. Gets a second chance, still not enough here in the end. Sniper on the other side, Pinsky busy keeping the flank in check here. They have a lot of people just waiting for an E-rotation, and I mean, they're showing their faces here, but as it so often is the case there, not just because people are at this white room area on the blue team doesn't mean they will commit as well, even once they're going as far as the other connector on the other side of the E-point basically. There's still lots of reason to just rotate late, and they're choosing to rotate pretty early actually. Pop through the Uber right away, get past this gun and this enemy Uber as well. High bomb coming through while the spam is raining in, but it's not doing enough just yet.
Yeah, the sentry gun only just going down. The Ubers have been traded, both teams have faded, and it's Bad Dragons that come out worse on that. Defense was good from Troubleshooters, only losing the scouts and the gun. But Troubleshooters do need to hold this B point for quite a while longer. They have a nice aggressive sniper actually on the side of Troubleshooters, trying to peek into that main, get some early picks. But everyone else playing in the standard spots. Gun nice and aggressive, only level 1 though, so Bad Dragons do have a short window of trying to be able to do something. But as I say that, Clarky and Walker go down. So that's 2 big classes picked, but also their counterparts on Troubleshooters are down, forcing them back into a more passive position, and the gun goes down. Huge stab from Yucca, nearly getting out alive, but taken out by the shotgun.
Uber's still there, they still have something flaring, but it looks like they're choosing to just play it safe, fall back early, get themselves set up for better hold with more numbers late. Big Elders coming out as well. Also, I just had a realization, when this game ends, and one of these teams obviously will win, does this mean Russian teams are good on steel because a Russian team won, or Russian teams are bad on steel because a Russian team lost?
I think it's Schrodinger's map, right? So they're both good on steel and bad at steel simultaneously.
Maybe so. For now, I mean, I don't know. Both teams trying desperately to fight back a little bit. Surprised they actually went that far in again after the, like, reflect kills, I suppose. Maybe they just saw some opportunity to get some kills early. It wasn't a medic close at all. The DuMmTm was really safe around the corner, playing in the back, so that will not be quite what Troubleshooters might have hoped for there, and it might actually just completely compromise their position in connector as well. They're falling back quite early. They might still peak a little bit here, but for the most part, they're not really in there at all anymore. Yeah, look at that. The seeing if there's still a chance to take this back, but at this point, it looks like a lost cause here. However, wait a second. Dodge with the 2k, including the DuMmTm, that's a big one down early, and they might actually finally get some ground back with that.
Yeah, and he's running the battalions back up as well, so those 2 rockets putting a huge amount of charge into that. He's probably nearly got it after these kills that he has. He's on a 5 kill streak and lots of damage extra. So the Uber and battalions combo is going to be huge to be defending this point. He's tooting it now. He's going to be playing on the E point with it, pressuring in with his team. They come, Demoman comes in, manages to kill Clap, so no reflection of the spam. So if they can get the Demoman and Soldier in, spamming this combo, they might get a force early, and it's going to be a really good position here. The Demoman is down on Quarky as well, so it's back up from Bad Dragons, and they are going to have to rethink their approach onto this C-cap.
Yeah, they're going through the open door on the right side of the cliffside. Is the angle to go for as well. I was about to say, we've spent a minute just trying to get connector back, let alone play any of the rest of the map. The change of approach is badly necessary. Look at that. They were like half out the door the entire time, just thinking they can sit there and connector control basically forever from that area, but turns out they had a big blind spot And Bad Dragons finds it up there. A little bit of deliberation, I guess, how they really want to approach this, but this might be just a change of pace they need here. Finally, things are starting to work. This won't be a pretty seed time necessarily, but it's a good position from here for the rest of this.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes is probably slightly below average for a C cap, but it sets them up well with a nice supercharge advantage. So they can certainly get a good cap here. 6-minute time is probably what they're aiming for. And that's probably about an average. Anything longer than that, you're kind of getting into dangerous territory. But as Bad Dragons rotate towards BC, they do have an ubercharge advantage. As long as they can kill this gun, take Heaven, and then spawn camp and cap the E point, should be a good cap. But Broken going down early does mean that Fansky has free reign for now, rotating back between the window and Heaven as he tries to get an angle onto the combo of Bad Dragons.
Yeah, look at that. Both kills on the flank here will respawn pretty quickly on Bad Dragon. So 9 up again now that they're rotating around again, looking to get in from White Room is the angle of approach. They have a full setup on Troubleshooters, just not with an Ubercharge, so this rotation better be quick. Ooh, actually gets forced out early here. Everyone's meeting them halfway at the connector. They can probably not chase the medic anymore. That seems to be far out of reach, but if they get some good kills here, this might still be fine. He's actually staying in, arrowing the heavy instead of falling back further. He tried to keep this man alive forever, but just fell right into the pipes of Quark before instead. They just were way too confident. I think that's really it, right? They just thought they could get away with staying in there, arrowing the heavy forever, and just tank all of that. But Bad Dragons focused right. They didn't give up the chase here. They got 1 kill. They might as well try to get the rest of them, and suddenly they got everything they needed. D point already lost cause here. 5:44 for this point. Assuming you can just wrap this point up quick with 10. Pretty good position for now. This still can be a reasonable time. There's our first pit death of the night as well. Keep count at home, chat. We are at 1 now.
Indeed. What they did there, they had their demo man down, but thought the heavy could tank everything, was not able to, and now it's time 6 on the E point. It's not looking good for them. Time 6 gives you a 27-second cap, I believe, so it's not much time for Troubleshooters to block, and now it's going to be a GG for this round. It's going to be a slightly slower than average time, but 6:22 is nothing to sniff at. And it does mean that Troubleshooters have to put their best foot forward and actually cap this quicker than they've defended to keep them in a good position for this map.
Yeah, just a good time. Not crazy, not bad. Just solid. Can be happy with this. You just need to not majorly mess up on your defense now. And you might be in the clear here as Bad Dragons. And that puts you already on a match point right away. Maybe it'll be enough. Let's see what plans we have here. Citrus just flexing. He can sentry jump over the pit, I guess. And by sentry jump, I mean the one without rockets, just the gun, I guess. Cool for him. I don't know what that really enables, but you know what? Fair enough. I guess we put stuff all over E, I suppose. Oh, that's the tele exit into the window room up there. Fair enough. Maybe that will do something, I guess? I don't know. I guess it's a nice angle.
I think he's probably put it in there so when it's called that they're going AE, he can take his gun and block the engineer from placing it in Heaven and defend the E point from over there. I don't know how well that's going to do because he's going to be a lot faster than his team to rotate. He's going to be alone for about 10 seconds. So the Bad Dragons will have about 10 seconds to spam and kill the engineer. But if it does work, it's going to work very well.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about opportunity cost here, right? That it's not a bad idea. You do lose out on the ability to get your heavy back up on the balcony spot that he's currently at, Walker standing on the B point. So I mean, it doesn't sound like the biggest deal, but in a bit of a grindy situation, it might just matter quite a bit. We'll see, we'll see. If there's like a big moment where they have just like everyone down on Troubleshooters for a second, maybe he can like sentry jump back up there and put it back in, but that's asking for a lot on that case. So we'll see. You do lose out something for that one. Do not forget it. It feels like on this point, right on the B point, you don't lose anything not having Italian necessarily. But maybe it will just matter. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We have Bad Dragons obviously defending here, so actually getting a couple of good positionings as they head towards Heaven with their engineer. They are rotating, so we'll see if this Teddy comes into play. The soldier comes through to defend Heaven here, and it's going to be the combo pressuring into BCE connector. Boshi is through, actually dies to Fry Friday, getting the double. The flank is down, so it's going to be all up to the combo in Beck to actually defend this point. As long as Bad Dragons can come in, Yuck is in, doesn't quite get the stab, and DQZ here with his Uber is going to have to do something. They have 3 picks and they're just not doing anything.
And they're deliberating right now how they're really going to approach this right now, but they're just getting kill after kill, so they're getting more and more time to actually figure out how they want to approach this. Doge has the battalion's backup now as well. That's bonus damage res after Duba and C as well. That's getting pulled already. Boshi spawns on buff banner, but it's far from here yet as well. couple snipes ringing out too, and while that's all going on, before the Ubers even come through as well, we're getting the cap time finally started here as well. They have the force coming through, but they getting themselves a lot of space. The Denmark has to be a little bit careful as well to not overextend post Uber here and get themselves stuck in a bad position. Look at that, they're falling back a little bit. We don't have explosive classes in this connect area just yet. The heavy comes in to help out. Still something at the very least, and the spy cleans it all up in the end here. Normally, I feel like in this position, you really want your DuMmTm, your soldier, or something like that in the but C entrance area of connector in the far back area to just spam down the hallway safely without being in the same spot as everyone else on point. Still works out just fine. Spy and Heavy put this all together here just now. Getting on the point here. Klav tries to follow, and the Ambulance comes through. That is 3 more pits coming all at once here as well. Where's Spinsky going? That man almost just tries to die, not sniping from the low ground. Can't say I've seen that before, but also doesn't matter.
Apparently not.
The cat's out of the bag now. I mean, if you don't go for this exact same scenario again, surely your opponents are a little bit more ready for it, right?
You would suspect so, but the way they played it is actually very reproducible. They played it really passively, so as long as you just let them feed into you, then it's gonna work out.
I see. One change already. KritzKast, he's all over E.
Indeed. I don't see the teleporter either, so it looks like they're not going for the surprise. It just looks like a one and done. But yeah, so it's very reproducible the way they played. It's just up to Bad Dragons to feed into their gamers while they're playing nice and passively. So as long as Bad Dragons don't do that and they just basically just hold the point, troubleshooters will have to do something rather than just sitting and waiting. You could send your DuMmTm behind through C, or your soldier or your spy through B, because their pyro is going to be playing on BEC, so you can get behind for free. Lots of ways you can do it, but you have to do something if they don't peek into you.
Also, Ryan tweet for chat, I guess. I'm not actually sure myself. Does Battalion's backup damages also apply some form of knockback resistance beyond just less damage means less knockback? I'm not sure how it works exactly in that regard. I mean, either way, if you have that thing on point, you're probably just sitting pretty a little bit, right?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's just the reduced damage equals reduced knockback. It doesn't work like the Mantreads, which actually increases the decreases the airspeed, I believe, by a factor of 3. That's where the 3 times comes from. So there is something different for the Mantreads, completely different rather than just damage.
Alert! The KritzKast has been detected.
Ooh. Where are they going to be using it from? From EIC, I guess. This is something different. They're not going to be playing passive with this dangerous one. If they get this off, they are going to win in 2 minutes once again. If it doesn't work, then it's back to the drawing board. The pyro is there, the gun is there, so it's really up to this first sticky. Will it get anything done? It's charging it. It's in. The Uber is used.
It's a disaster.
And yeah, it's over. And DQZ goes down. It's a nice try, but it looked like it was called. And it's 6 down for troubleshooters. It's a good attempt. I'll give them that.
Okay, but now you just hard push B real quick with the spawners, right? That sounds like it would be the play, but they just didn't get anything. If they like trade like 2-3 people maybe out on the other side, there's a chance to beat out with the spawns. Just can't even. But everyone's back now.
If you get the pyro NG down, then that's just like huge. But unfortunately, they got nothing. So it's a completely dry push. They are back on Uber with a 25 disad. Vigman goes down to the sentry gun. Also, the Siki trap off. The sentry gun was being killed. Boshi goes down, so any banner progress he had is wiped, and now we have a ×2 cap on the point.
No, the snipe comes through. They just were trying to go back as well to deal with the E cap time they have here, because they like so hard rotated B again that they just left a complete void on E, and the scout and soldiers taking place there, doing admittedly a decent bit of work between themselves as well. But the time they finally tried to go back, instantly the sniper was there, brilliant stuff from troubleshooters. And despite what looked like pretty bad E play, actually this would be an alright B time, all things considered. And with that from here, it doesn't really matter that you had things go wrong somewhere, because the rest of this looks very doable now.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty average B cap, even with the complete wipe on the E point. But you do lose your demo, so you can't roll it into BEC connector. Boshi goes down though, which is good for troubleshooters. Funsky goes down to broken, losing the SVS. So back to square one of pushing C, but at least you have an advantage here, 50%, lots of good time, but you don't have your demo. Yoko getting the really good feign there and getting the decloak onto spawn, and spawn camping the demo man, but we do have ×4 on the cap. That is a 33-second time, but not good enough. We have 3 people defending the E point here, 4 people now, and it does look like troubleshooters have been able to gain BEC connector, and they will be rolling this out onto C. Only a heavy and soldier to protect it. It seems to be good enough for now, and it looks like they are going to be going back to try to meet up with their demo man and see what space they can create.
I will say as well, seeing these people like walk off ledges on E to land on the pipe below the point, that's psychopath behavior.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. So,
where are we from here though? Even Uber wants to get... Uh-oh, how did this happen? Scout, we snipe out A. Weird one. I mean, at most you see it in the little window room, I guess, at E.
Oh,
at
it's
EA,
going
but
bad.
not here.
It's awful. Troubleshooters have heaven control for now. They do lose their spam classes though, so Bad Dragons are able to stabilize that, but they have to give up C in the process. But giving up C instead of E is a good choice. You don't lose the round instantly.
What if you wanted to go heaven with Doge set? My C point now. There we go. Cap that point right up here with a little distraction on E. That's all you need here. And I mean, the spawns are still not here yet, so whatever's going to be put up in hasty fashion on E right now is going to be barely there, let alone gun for that matter as well. What is Yuka doing? He's just staring at people across the...
But yeah, split capping is the way to go for Alphabet. That's the key. Split capping and converting your advantages that you create. So good job from Troubleshooters. Boshi going down to Vicman, who's on a 3 kill streak at the moment, so it's going well for him. Getting a couple of nice stabs. Doge goes down to Quarky as
the Force.
As the Force does come out, and they do now have full overcharge advantage in BEC connector. No sap on the gun though, is in the window. You're gonna have to spam that with Enforcer if you're the Spy. Nothing else you can do. Broken, absolutely just hitting so many headshots at the moment. But it looks like Fansky gets a kill, and now the Uber comes out. It looks like the Uber is so bad though, as they drop 3 in the Uber, and DQC is just going to have to leave. And there's a scout on him, there's a spy on him. He gets the pack, but it's only Fansky with him, and he does end up going down. That's going to be a huge advantage for DuMmTm. Not able to convert your advantage that you had if your Troubleshooters there. It's just Doge on the cap. He does have Pain Train though, so it's ×2. So is adding a good amount of pressure onto the point, but Bad Dragon's looking nice and safe in heaven for now.
Yeah, I mean, as Scout, killing someone through a headpack always feels nice. You basically just killed that guy 1.5 times, right? Always a bit of a motivator here, and I mean, as closely fought as everything is here, and as much as it hurts to lose anyone with the spawn time right now on red, they're holding on for dear life here. The captain's getting better and better on the red team side, but that Uber is rough, just walked by the soldier out of the spawn gate at D, and that's just going to be finally maybe a significant advantage to play around. If they don't get anyone here, they're trying desperately to get some weapon controller this quick. Maybe rushing this a little bit much here, taking a bit of a sketchy fight, but they have the buff banner. Boshi has been waiting to use that thing, and that's terrifying. That makes the pipe do 130 damage on everything else, so they're getting out of there. The fact they can, though, is still pretty crucial here at the end. This buys them just enough time to get Diva up and running here, and I mean, yeah, they have to go back through this doorway that can be rough sometimes to get through, but at least they don't die to the mini crits, I suppose.
Yeah, the extra 35% damage from those mini crits is so powerful, especially on a spam orientated map like this, but it's not good enough to get any more than the demo, which means that Troubleshooters with their Uber are going to be coming in onto the D. The Uber comes out. They think they have Ad though, but DuMmTm actually has Uber right now, and it's so much better for Bad Dragons, but not able to capitalize, can't chase too much. The stickies were too strong. It does mean that although they hold the D, they don't actually have any way of progressing and taking back the space in White Room.
This keeps going over here. In the meantime, though, it's not like they are too fast about not having Uber right now. They see people fall back. They see, oh, well, back turns to us. We're getting in on this as well. Demo turns their back. Suddenly everyone's getting in the, gets that kill to Corky, let on the rest of them here, and they were just barely caught by surprise. Just a little bit complacent on Bad Dragons. Not able to lock down the doorways enough there, and that's something you love to see in really any game out of TF2 as well. Just people punishing a bit of complacency, seeing, okay, you would expect us to not push, why would we, do what you want us to do? Just get in there while they're not really ready for it, and while the hold is still weak from recovering from previous fight. Sometimes it's all you need here with a team in a payload scenario or a stopwatch scenario like this, with better spawns. Easily done in many of situations here, and look at that, everyone's on point now. Get the gun up on heaven, however, the energy down. Maybe there's still a fight to be fought here. That thing should be easily taken down. Uber does come through a little early, I suppose, on the red team, but at least they're getting into the point, getting a bit of more time just by pure nature of forcing some bodies onto this cap, but they're not getting a lot of kills out of it.
I don't really know what Troubleshooters are doing. They have so many players up compared to Bad Dragons, where they're only ×3 on the point. Could have a huge amount of cap time. They had ×6 on at one point, which would have actually capped the point by now, but so they have been losing a bit of time, especially with the 7-minute time. They want to be capping as quickly as possible, but this mini is now causing a problem. And although everybody's down on Bad Dragons, nobody's killing this mini, and it means that just they have time to sticky up the point and play nice and passive.
I mean, I think you're onto something with that as well. I feel like with how they've been playing this, they just try to do a lot of things at once. And when it works, it looks really good. That's how we get like the EB play from earlier, the C play from earlier. But then you also just like see themselves stumble over each other on the E here just now. And it's, I mean, it won't be a terrible time if this one just works. But first of all, with it. But secondly, I mean, with what we've seen so far as time for both teams, for that matter, not terrible is not the standard of play we've seen so far.
Yeah, now they're being blocked by 2 players instead of just all like playing around the point and killing them, and it's just gonna be about an 8.5, 9-minute time when it could have been easily an 8-minute time.
No,
Pyro's now blocking here, and he does eventually
look at that!
goes
Don't
down.
hold the jump. He
Well
walked down
done.
the pit and escaped from the clutches of death.
It's like he's Division 1, but we have 8 minutes and 53 seconds as the time, just as I said before, in that window there. Not a great time. They could have had a much quicker time if they'd kept 6 caps, times 6 on the cap there instead of flashing everybody on the point and running away, going into B, C connector, even though they weren't able to actually do anything because the demo man locked it down. They would have capped in 28 seconds, and it would have been about a sub 8-minute time.
Yeah.
So that's the power of stacking. You can absolutely
look at these Gremlin engineer plays Friday's doing.
What's happening? What's happening?
Little.
Oh, he's doing the telly now.
Wow, a telly at the very.
What is going? What is this?
What do you mean?
This
And
is
you know what? It's
incredible.
nice to see a map in stopwatch where the telly or engineer plays on the first hole actually matter.
Yeah.
Always make fun of it in visual, but here it's like you actually have some options.
I've never seen this. This is new knowledge. I'm gonna be.
Big Z probably did this in like 2014.
True. Did it in a Pug and Friday style. But here we go. We have Bad Dragons attacking an 8-minute 53-second time, which is a good hold from them. Troubleshooters are a round up on this steel map, but are a map down. So they have to win this map, but they don't have to necessarily win this round to stay in the match. Yeah. But you obviously want to win this round, get onto the next map, use that momentum. Especially if you can hold a nearly 9-minute time, that's gonna give you a huge amount of momentum, huge
Going back into
boost of
the
confidence.
game mode you just lost as well again with just a huge confidence booster. That's just really nice, right?
Yeah, and here comes the Uber though. They get forced early. DQZ on full health, so there must have been a call from the main caller, I imagine, rather than a force. But it's a really bad call because now they have full Ubercharge disadvantage. They can either go B and try to convert this advantage, or actually go E and try to win the game here and now. Just using the Uber to bully them out of BC connector, and it looks like they're going for the former, converting their advantage on the B point. Yoka not actually able to get the gun. They're having to focus the gun so much, that Wrangler shield doing so much work, but they do lose 3 each, so it's about equal, but we have so many kills coming out in the post that it's an absolute swing towards Troubleshooters, and it's a 70% advantage for them as well.
Yeah, it was only like a little earlier for Force, right? They were like halfway through this corridor leading up to B, but they got just forced before they were through the doorway here and spent a lot of time even trying to get where they wanted to be, and anyone on the flank or the like balcony area couldn't even get there to begin with. Here's what we see as well, right? We talked about the telly maybe just mattering on this point. We still had a telly that goes up the balcony for such a long time. The heavy just keeps being up there. Huge nuisance for them to get any space at all. Finally, they have a little bit of space to work with on this area, but even still, it's not like it's going untested for the entire time here. Soldiers obviously can still jump up there. Finally take care of that as well. Gives them a bit more room to work around, but just as one dies, the Hydra response never had, the demo man just makes it harder and harder to get up there, and we keep getting kills out of it.
Yeah, nice pipe there onto Boshi, and it does mean that... Oh, he actually goes down though in main to the level 1 sentry gun, and it looks like off of that, Bad Dragons are wanting to take this space. They're able to. There's only a level 2 gun, but it's at least not level 1. Having those powerful level 2 gun is still pretty strong. Yucca manages to get the sap this time though. Friday also goes down, and it looks like it's an Uber coming out. Both Ubers come out. Doge actually deals 100 to Walker, who's very weak, but not able to capitalize on that. DQC gets caught. An overcommitment from Troubleshooters, meaning that it's going to be more than 50% advantage if Darker Time actually manages to build this correctly.
Alright, but important to remember here, this was what, like a 630 from Bad Dragons earlier. All of the like, basically like lead they had to work with there compared to the time we've just seen out of Troubleshooters is gone now. compared to the time we've seen them be able to do, at least, right? So all of that wiggle room is just gone now. They just need to, from here on out, they need to actually do better than the rest of the round was earlier. And that is quite a margin to play for here as well. A quick C would help a lot, and we might be getting this second point really badly, but that also means that they're all eating the same damage. Everyone's just throwing themselves at it. And as we've seen before, troubleshooters love just going in against things at all times, whenever they can. With bad spawns, it's a bit risky to do here, but they're getting away with it. Matt goes down most importantly, but the rest of them following suit in the spawn wave very quickly here. One last ditch effort bomb, but DQZ will succeed. Popped up in the sky, Yuka shoots him down. Will just about do it here. Still not the C-cap going through, but with these endless spawn times on the red team, this will probably swing and turn its color blue real quickly here.
Yeah, both spies getting the final blows on the opposite medics. DuMmTm dying a lot early there, so he does spawn, or he does have a 30% advantage once DQZ spawns here. Actually, it's going to be more because DQZ spawns alone, and he's got no one to heal in the spawn, which means it's a 55% advantage by the time DQZ gets to heal. And it means that Bad Dragons both getting C and having a good chance to cap both the E, or both the D and the E points, whichever they decide to go for.
Yeah, this leaves you with a lot of options now on the blue team. Having connected control helps a lot as well. You don't have to worry about that too much here. What chance will they take here to take this, presumably E point early at least, or at least start with E point, right? You would imagine, and then rotate D, get some position from there, just make spawns and spawn positions be a lot worse slowly as you go along here. You have so much time to spare, you might as well take all your options as far as you can. Bit tame of it so far. I mean, you know there's just a split hold right now. There's a lot in Heaven, but there's also the full combo in White Room. So we were into this Heaven hold and get rid of the gun. Still leaves you very vulnerable to a potential future with DQZ. He doesn't have it yet, so you really need to get a good position out of this. But can you do that when when Doge just jumps past your combo, gets into Heaven with them, and just somehow comes off the winner?
Yeah, that battalion's back up doing work, and DQZ not quite. He turns around at the last second, about to get stabbed by Yuka there, but not spy unaware enough to not turn around. He does actually manage to save himself with a full Ubercharge advantage, and it's back to the old White Room holds
for
the combo
Boshi
here. I can't even find him. Where is
but
he?
Boshi is just playing a Tempest map while everyone else is Highlander match.
Jump the main moment.
Wall pogoing on the pit.
In goes Boshi, this time actually playing the game but cleared up by the sentry gun. And going back to this White Room hold, this classic White Room hold doesn't see much play anymore, but it's less consistent. But if you do get it down, it means that it's very hard to break. And it means that although it's less consistent, they need something less consistent but with better gains to actually win this round.
Okay, let's see what it is here. DuMmTm and Scout holding pretty close on the connector door and just melting the guy. I mean, if there's a chance you shoot someone into the wall with the Force Tornado, that's just money. You will not deal the best damage because they're far away now. They just stay where they are. Easiest second follow-up shot of my life as well. Let's see how it goes from here. Once again, trying to get into Heaven, and this time around, Doge cannot clean up. Gorky learned his lesson, does not follow the medic in there and die the same cruel death in the tiny space there. We'll just stay back, play it easy and nice. And why is Yuka shooting the what? Yuka was looking at the sniper in his eyes from the back, basically. And just decides to shoot him instead of stab him.
Why not?
So confused.
Uber does come out.
There was no shield as well. He could have just stabbed him.
I mean, he's on another level.
Maybe the sniper was melted, I don't know. Maybe it's peak Spicicle moment or something.
Maybe. That's probably what it was, to be fair. But looks really good for Bad Dragons in this round. We only have one up. It's DQZ. So we have ×4 on the point. That's a 33.5 second cap. So they will get spawners up in time, but it's not looking good. All the space goes to Bad Dragons. They have to contest it basically now and try to win the post. Maybe you can get some detonator air blast kills. That's probably the only way you save this round. ×5 on the point. Yeah.
Gorky just expects
brutally. God. That's
absolutely
3 kills. Yeah. Oof. That's rough. That's rough to see.
That's the strongest response after the spaghetti that was game 1.
They did win the round. Both teams winning in the second attack phase. So picking the one which seems to be advantageous for this match so far. And it'll be interesting to see if any fancy tellies come up once again. It does certainly look like it.
Yeah, they like this option here. Just the funny telly that goes towards the flank here. Covers themselves some options, I suppose. I mean, why not, I suppose. Maybe it does exactly what they need to here. For what it's worth, might not come up for a little while here. We'll see when we get there. So, if anyone's just joining, you are deep into this match already as well. They played a COF map, Badrang pretty completely took this one. However, still not so much a simple affair right now. Both teams getting one each so far, which means one more has to decide it now to take the winner. Badragons can still run away the winner of this match right here and now in this best of 3 map series, but should this be Troubleshooters winning it, we still have one more COF map to go through.
Yeah, it's crunch time now. Vansky getting Yoka with the Huntsman. I mean, fair enough. What a kill. That was probably one for his frag movie. But we do see a large stack onto the A points here. Quarky actually going down probably to a sticky drip there. Bad Dragons with a pretty solid first cap time of 21 seconds. It's probably average time if you don't get held up by anything. And Troubleshooters back to just holding on the B point, expecting a B push from Bad Dragons once again.
We'll see what it is here as we head into the crunch time of this round here. It's going to be dangerous right now, and once again we see the same approach here, just waddling right back into the B point, seeing what they can get. But DuMmTm and no Sniper will have much of any surprise factor going for them right now.
Yeah, both going down early, and the sentry gun's weak as well. There it goes. The Ubers are still up for Bad Dragons and Troubleshooters, so nothing gained in the last minute or so for either team, apart from a huge amount of Battalion's backup charge for Doge. What we have is a huge upper push. Lolavont and Boshi and Walker getting the heavy kill in upper. And it does mean that upper is pretty much free for them to take here. We have Doge still on 65, but he's now on the floor, not able to contest it all alone. Trying to, backing up, the Soldier Bomb comes in onto the medic, but doesn't get any damage. And that's 3 frags down for both teams here. The Uber is forced out for Troubleshooters on the back of that, and it means that it's going to be advantage to Bad Dragons in the Uber, and the player advantage as well because of the better spawners due to them being the attacking side. Quarky going down there at the end as well, so not as much space denial for them, but they shouldn't need it too much. It's only Doge defending the B point, popping his battalions, but not good enough. And it does mean that the B point will go to Bad Dragons in a pretty respectable time, probably about 2.5 minutes, so not too shabby. While Troubleshooters with an Ubercharge disadvantage of about 40% will be holding the BEC connector, trying to do slightly better than they did in the first round. Not much going on as they wait for the slow door to open here. BEC connector is held by Dragons here, not quite seeing the sticky trap, and Dark Time goes down to Doge from behind before he falls into the pit or kills himself, not quite sure there, but it does mean that a drop coming out from Darker Time gives a full Ubercharge advantage to DQZ as long as he builds this Uber. Not sure exactly where he is, he's just in spawn, but there he comes out. Drop, bringing back the rest of his heals onto the C point. It might be interesting to see if there's a CE split that goes on here, causing the rotate to come in, but no, the bomb comes in from Quarky and Boshi. The DQZ is so far back that no damage has been traded. They have not got loads of kills, but they haven't full Ubercharge disadvantage. You need to solo the Heavy or the Pyro here to get some sort of value out of it. The Heavy goes down, so the Uber is forced. Darky Time has no one to chase him, so although we have lots of kills down on the C point for Bad Dragons, it means that they are going to be able to recontest this because there's no one to deny the space. Pyro and the Heavy are down, so it's just the demo, but with all these players alive, it's not going to be too much trouble for them to hold off this solo demo.
Yeah, I don't think Crookie will commit to this in the end here as well. Looks like we're playing it a little bit safely. 331 into 3 points, not bad at all. Can be very happy with this, but what matters almost more than that right now is that regardless of your time into the situation here, with advantage from here as well, you will be looking pretty solid into the last 2 points of the map, assuming you have a good Uber going forward right now. Losing the Sniper hurts quite a bit, but look at that, they're ready to push from here.
Yeah, playing from the BC connector. The Uber comes out! And Darkitime also nearly falls off. What is going on, Quarky? He needs an arrow. He needs an arrow, but Darkitime doesn't realise. He takes the arrow. Quarky is still alive. I don't think Troubleshooters realise Quarky's in. Kills the Heavy. He's falling off once again. What is going on?
He is the greatest player to ever touch this game.
That is one of the most ridiculous scenes I've ever seen in Team Fortress 2. That is incredible. Nobody shot Quarky because they thought he was dead, but he was alive. Came up back with a vengeance, getting 2 frags, opening up the E point for his team on the spawners. Collab going down is actually really, really strong for troubleshooters. That does mean that the spam classes have free reign to shoot the combo of Bad Dragons, and it actually meant Vikman was able to get in for a stab as well. Does end up going down, but that is a good trade on the heavy. Bad trade, though, for the rest of the team, losing a sniper and an NG with a 20-second spawn, which means that Bad Dragons are actually able to take this point for now. Battalions and Uber come out. Bit of an overlap is an oversight from the team, and it means that there is so much space that they create, but no kills with it. Quarky pushing forward from under, catching DQZ, actually dies to the engineer. Citrus getting a nice 3k there with the shotgun, and it's a huge stack onto the cap for this round, for this attacking round from Bad Dragons.
Why are we calling baddie type Jesus when this man comes back with it 3 days later and rose up again? Unbelievable scenes here that make Bad Dragons be able to live and maybe still take this home. And it's not a bad time, I don't think either. Just now, this will certainly clean this up. Any and all players just tricking at the point will get melted instantly, and that will do just fine. Sub 6 for Alphabet, that's not bad at all here. So standards have been set. We've seen them be able to beat this when they went hard E, but hard E is very predictable if it's the only thing you're good for, I guess.
Yeah, 6 minute time's probably about average. They had _9 stack on the cap there, which is an actually 25-second cap. So no chance for the 20-second spawners to get anywhere close to that cap. Steel is rough in terms of that. This is why you need to stack the cap if you wipe the team. PSA. Because if you do, they're not going to be able to get their spawners in. Just get the cap. Don't worry about locking down the doors. That's exactly what Bad Dragons did. Stacked the cap. Didn't matter in the end.
Type 1 in the chat if you think they hard push E again.
Yeah, 1 in the chat if they push E, 2 in the chat if they push E, because they're definitely going to push E. Try to do the same thing.
I love also how there's like 2 mentalities at stake here in this game. Doge with the battalion's backup and Boshi with the buff banner.
There are 2 genders. Battalion's backup and buff banner. No more Contra.
The Contra's just crying, no one wants to play with you anymore. This is so sad. The 6s that still see some use in there, but even then it's been fought off there as well. It's tragic for anyone who wants to go speed.
All the combo is like, can we have Conqueror? And they're just like, we have Conqueror at home. It brings up the battalion's back up. But Broken goes down. Fansky getting broken in the early stages of this round. Not going to be doing anything with it, seeing as they are going straight to E, I imagine, rather than through B. And that is exactly what they're doing, so Broken will be up. In fact, he has a bit of an advantage now that he's dead, because he just spawns right in the spawn, able to peek out, watching the E point. That's exactly what's going to happen. He peeks out here, DQZ's in the sight line, but nobody realises there are crit stickies everywhere as well, so it's a minefield to avoid this being single det as well by shooting the stickies 1 by 1. It's just the BC connector to worry about, but they don't realise they're on the rotate. They think they're still playing passive. Where is Yucca? Yucca's in Y room, only just calling it. The rotate's coming in, but it's so slow. They're already through drop down. The Uber's used it so early. They thought they were going to be there, but they weren't. They could have used it way later than that.
Quarky,
but it's good enough. Quarky death is really, really good. Bonk is out for roll-up, and it's just going to be him playing on the point, trying to stay alive. The recontest from troubleshooters will now be coming in. No spy to worry about, no soldier or demo either, so your medic is just having to look forward, beam everybody who's weak, and it's just going to be a free B cap here, seeing as nobody can recontest alone.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, they're having to come back. They're having no chance to get back in. Have you tried? But we're actually getting met by the spy on the way out as well, even still committed for much too long here in the end. They have a chance to commit to connect a little bit here as well. I mean, not like the other team has Uber just either, but they have half of Uber coming out, or third of one, I guess. Battalion's backup is ready now with that little spy check here, so damage rest is there when they'll need it, and it just opens things up a little bit before the Uber even comes through as well. They certainly just ignore this trap a little bit, but it still does a lot of damage in the end. Turns out a third being gone from a lot of damage is still quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, Battalions removes 35% of normal damage, so 4 stickies is still going to deal a lot of damage to you, no matter what. Only a vaccinated charge can basically survive that. And they're doing what I think is called the Envision hold with playing your gun in connector. The Uber is forced out as there is a lot of cap time on E. They do lose Broken and Yoka here, but they trade them for the Demo Man and Heavy of troubleshooters, so it's a good trade. Boshi going down in the post though is pretty good for troubleshooters. There's less spam to deal with. It's interesting they're still trying to contest this gun instead of going in through either top with slow door or through through A here, which looks like what they're trying to do. Rotate to White Room, take some space there, maybe come through Death Corridor with your combo and try to collapse on them from behind.
Any nerds in the chat that want to self-report about being NG mains? Is it common to see engineers defend with the shotgun on this map and not any other thing like the crits one or the thing that just heals your gun for free?
I don't know, someone with 11 PhDs is going to have to answer you that, and that's exactly what they're doing actually. They're going in through D, not going through Death Corridor, but locking out the forward spawn doors here, and with the Uber in heaven with a gun, this is going to be really tough to recontest. They're going to have to recontest through B-C connector rather than through spawn, but they're trying to go through spawn here, and they realise it's a bad decision, and they're going back through BC, giving so much cap time. 46-second cap for the scout alone, so it's not very quick, but the constant pressure on the cap is going to create some problems for them.
Oh, there's a spike coming in here while they're trying to contest the E point as well, get away with it. Really solid timing with the baited cap time here as well, and they haven't control is just spiting out control at this point here. I mean, if nothing else, right, you'd think it should lead to something on C, but they're really just doubling down on E play right now. They want this to be over and done with right here and then.
Yeah, with times 4 on the cap, it's a 35-second cap. The Uber is forced out by Bad Dragons. Boshi's in the pit. Tier 6 jumper, by the way, but they still
No, that was his fault, okay? Copium, there was a sticky bomb blow.
Well, you know, isn't that part of Tier 6 jump maps? You're getting knocked around by enemy stickies?
Shot at, yes. You just install a Highlander team on your map.
That's Tier 7. No one's completed one quite yet. But here we have more pressure from Roll Up on the cap, just a scout. It's constant pressure with a full Uber charge as well. Constantly getting arrows. It's just not going to be possible for them to get him off the point without killing him, and that's exactly what they do. But still, so much cap here, and with the Pain Train on Doge and Friday playing on the cap, it's just constant pressure. They're going to have to stay BC collector for the next minute if they want to win this round.
Oh, that's just very, very predictable. Everyone's just eating the same spam here slowly but surely. A stab on Soldier as well. That's the guy who could really, beyond the scout, I guess, easily get other places as well. There's people coming through. DuMmTm doesn't have it as well. They have to run. And anytime spent away from point is just awful for them.
Yeah, now times 3 on the cap, because Doge has the Pain Train. Yoka is down below trying to spam point, but it's just not enough damage. It's just the Uber coming in. It's the scout, but the air blast exists. The medic is onto point, surfs it on. What is going on? Everyone dies. Everyone's died.
DuMmTm lives.
Figment's on the point, makes the jump. Friday's on the point with 1 health. Caps out the point, and it's round and map to troubleshooters 2-1 to them, and we're going to a third to DuMmTm.
Only good things happening here on this server right now between Bad Dragons and troubleshooters as we head into the third map of the night.
Yes, we have Bad Dragons in the blue, slightly slower than troubleshooters in the red on the rollout, so surprising to see the point not being taken there. But Kukri goes down early on the... Sorry, DQC, everyone's dying. Everyone's dead. Just assume everybody is dead, as that's pretty much what's happened. 3 up for troubleshooters, 5 up for Bad Dragons. However, DQZ was one of the casualties there. Dark Time with a 40% overcharge advantage, which is not much considering he stayed alive on the middle. But I just think he was so far away from his team to survive that he was not healing for most of that. But I mean, a 50% advantage is 50% advantage. You're going to take that if you can.
Yeah, not a bad start here at all. If nothing else, having not Kikri and Cookie on the server anymore at the same time is less confusing for the names, if nothing else. So that helps quite a bit. Shout out to that. 94 will still have to do some good work to justify all of this, though.
He will indeed. Those coming in with the beggars getting denied nice and early by the hit scan classes on Bad Dragons. As troubleshooters build up their Uber, trying to poke into the point and try to break this Warmtic banana hold. A couple of ways you can do this. You can take your sniper into banana and try to peek with him, or you can go from top with your Uber and collapse in onto them to get in early. Interesting to see how they decide to take it. They try to bomb onto crates here. 94 is in. Your Vicman goes down without the Sector broken, and it looks like the Calmangler theory is in behind Doge trying to copy Honjo, but no results to show for it. And 3 frags now for troubleshooters down, and nothing to show for it.
Yeah, and this hold is just really tough. This is the one COD map where you will consistently, not just sometimes, see the level 3 sentry gun more than mini sentries as well. just because both behind point and especially in tunnel, there's still really both good spots to put that gun a lot of the time as well. Sometimes you still see the mini sentries come out just because, you know, if they go down, you just have quick replacements, especially if you want to play them aggressively, watching the cap from the slope area as well. But this time around, eventually does go down. Still waits a lot of time. You can see it took forever to go down. Finally, it did take the Uber in the end as well. At least that Uber charge did get a couple of kills here, but oh no, they walked right into the sideline. The medic just not in a good spot. He might not have been aware where the sniper was hiding and just out in the open, getting domed right away. Broker's not even done yet as well, and this point just turned red, but we are switching colors from red to blue faster than the average US swing state here.
Nice one there. It's pretty true though. With ×4 on the cap, it's going to be a quick recap. Only 25 seconds off the clock there for troubleshooters. About, as you said, the time for a swing state to change. Seeing as the volatility of the voter theory, I guess.
Thank you for explaining the joke, Harry. I got it now, thank you.
You are very welcome. As we head into the second half of the round here, we have 40% on DQC. Well, DuMmTm has a full Uber charge advantage. Friday going down early to Broken. He is unstoppable at the moment, and it looks like he's not gonna be stopping anytime soon. As Fansky is only starting to peak and he gets taken out easily. So sniper advantage back in favour of Bad Dragons with an Uber charge to boot.
Yeah, that helps quite a bit here, but is it gonna be enough? Everyone's just still watching from the little tunnel hold, just sitting in the little cave here, waiting for something to happen. And the Uber's up now, so they can make a lot more of a safer move finally, but they still have to make this work. And last time that didn't work out for much too long here. They do get double kill early, helps quite a bit, and it might just be the dream technically as well, right? So just generally useful to have here. Or even for production, it's good as well. There's many reasons it's here in the end. But for now, we're coming through here. No, okay, never mind. I was saying before the pause, or as the pause happened, that I wouldn't expect the blue to do too much as well. But actually, just still got free out of that. Yikes.
Yeah, the sentry gun just pushing everyone back. The demo man advantage not good enough. Oh,
there we go.
94 goes down. Vickman goes down, and everyone's down on the blue team, most people down on the red team as well. Sentry gun's still up, we are now into overtime as we get the cap out. So we just need Bad Dragons on the blue to cap the point here and they will win this first round instantly. No chance for troubleshooters to contest it after that.
It would have been very comedically timed if all these pauses happened during the mid-fight actually. Now that I think about it, but unfortunately we didn't get that, so unlucky. Maybe next time here Uber comes through for 94, leading the charge here with the cursed lock and load and trying to just do as much damage as they can here. One of them kills is DuMmTm, so that's exactly what you want to see to get a chance. However, where's the blockers? Anyone on cap? They're so weak they have to go back, but it's such a bad fight to take and you're just torn between two losing options. Turns out the end result is you lose.
I mean, that's exactly what happened. Pause did come at the end of the round there. Doge and Fansky asking for the pause. Yes.
The other one happens in a little bit here.
Probably after the mid fight, as you would like. But as we see, we have a rollout coming from each team.
Except for Fansky, who just joined the server and is late.
Exactly. 94 going down to Quark. We have actually a banana hold on the mid fight coming out from troubleshooters, which is very unusual to see. While Roll-Up holds onto the flank and Doge under. That's the second pause, I believe, just coming out. So Citrus and Fudsky back in the server. Broken gets the nice frag onto DQZ, and that causes troubleshooters to have to back out. And Bad Dragons get this point for free. I say that DuMmTm is really weak. Manages to surf away and survive in main, though not going to get killed by the spy this time. And it does mean that it is in fact for free. Didn't call it too early. No caster's curse this time. And it's good start for Bad Dragons in the second round as well.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. This pause caused some of my icons to break as well. And I'm pretty sure Citrus is not playing Pyro just now, so I had to rejoin pretty quickly here. So there we go. That makes things look normal again. And suddenly we're back into the action. As you said, Bad Dragons with a good start here, looking to take charge of the situation. I mean, they're looking good on Koth all around. And in a map pool where it's so easy to get Koth maps through and you want them to invest with freeze with pick bans the way they are, that's just a strong option to have going through. However, with some quick comeback this time around, a lot faster to get something going into the hole here. And there's a lot of people going down past Lever as well, mind you. That thing still comes out and they still kill most of the blue team.
Yeah, very nice bomb coming in from behind, forcing that Uber and getting a bunch of frags. So, as you said, I have Friday on the Citrus on the wrong team as sniper, so HUD is slightly broken for me as well. Interesting, Fansky has learned engineer in the last minute as well, so it's all good, all going well. But we have troubleshooters holding the point from Banana here, as Quacky with the lock and load is going to be trying to spam this gun. Does manage to find the angle, but the Wrangler is just too strong. But 3 times damage resistance, even slightly better because it rounds down to 33 for a normal pipe. Does mean that it does survive. And Bad Dragon's behind the point here, just building up their Uber charge as DQZ holds on to his.
Yeah, and still a good chance left here, taking the lead right now on the timer as well, but Uber coming up now as well. Going to be a lot harder to defend this as easily as so far as well. Boshi with a bit of an entry pick here as well, not the biggest ones just yet. Sniper's the one he really had his eyes set on just now, and I mean for good reason. Finsky and Broken both just trying their hardest to one up each other here, just as I say that, coming through with a kill each here. However, Broken the one taking the better end of this one. Who cares that the Demoman died? I guess they do have to worry a little bit with an Uber fight waiting to happen. They also have to wait for the Demoman to spawn, but gonna spawn pretty quick, at least before Finsky comes up as well, and that just forces some damage in here. And even without the Demoman actually, they get the spam ready to get this Uber out quite early out of the team, and 94 trying to make the most of it. This just will completely overextend and feed here and just die for pretty much nothing in the end. You can see really weak here, but I scrapped the pipe that probably could have killed him there actually. So will be fine in the end, but with the players as they are, everyone's forced back on red. They take the point pretty quickly and just sitting pretty once again. Well, I shouldn't say that much, at least they still have a lead on red for the time being, but we'll see if Bad Dragons can do something about that.
Yeah, I was about to say Citrus with the snipe there, but it's obviously not him, it's Funsky. Actually gets SVS once again. We do have a slight Ubercharge advantage, about 15%, so it's something you can make something out of, but it's really tough. You have to go in straight away. Clav going down, though, is actually the key. No pyro to deny any spam or any walkers in. So if you take in this Uber, it's actually possible to get some good kills. Kwaki goes down to Vigman, so you can actually just get the cap for free and then hold with your Uber charge and try to take off this point. Bad Dragons with 1 minute 37 seconds on the clock. We have Boshi actually getting mid-air headshot as well. Troubleshooters with 1 minute 10. So they are in the driving seat with an equal Uber situation here. Just make sure not to feed and you should be okay.
Well, we say that like it's easy, but we've seen many people fall apart trying not to feed because the urge to go in is just so strong. Gorky taking the situation at his hands here as well. Don't have the demon on him, just tries to get damage in from the high ground to let the rest of the team at point do the rest of the damage here, and that's looking to go pretty well actually. Come with this aggression right into them. Don't even need to use it all. Get the force, get some kills. Works brilliantly to start approaching from high ground, Demoman, and everyone in on point. Secondly, looking good here, and also easy late as well. That man's still taking damage. Still, that's 20 damage rocket wasn't enough, and a 29 damage medic. There we go. The scout cleanup coming through the Lord one, cleaning up big time here. I think one of the newer players in the Grand Blue, I think some blue, relatively speaking at least. I think something like that. And putting in the work.
Yeah, DQZ was put really weak by the spy, and then Boshi did another 30 to keep him weak, and a lot of them finished him off. But DQZ was just staying in, I think. I don't think he actually went back into spawn, so just keeping in the fight and died as a result of it. Now, Bad Dragon's also below 1 minute as we get in a sack in trying to get the force. Doesn't happen. The gun is also still up. Boshi goes down to Funsky, so that's something at least. The spawner will be worse, but Yoka's coming in, getting the heavy stab and the pyro stab. So that's 2 huge frags that Uber's not going to have to use by DuMmTm, and it's 40 seconds left on the clock. The time has been equalized, but 10 minutes left on the server just has been extended. We'll be glad to hear, and it's still Bad Dragons in the driving seat here with the Uber charge advantage. DQZ goes down, broken on a 7k, and that is going to beat the round unless something drastic happens.
Most likely, yeah. Dakiam with this big advantage this day into the round, looking to just take this from here. So I have to wait for 94 to come up as well. Just more and more things to wait on. However, they went down. They popped fairly early. So the Uber will end before the round ends as well. Gives them a chance here, but getting a couple of kills here already, and they have to be on point right now.
Yeah, Doge coming in, Vicman as well. And actually, I called it too early slightly. They are looking like they're going to be able to get this cap.
Melting them though.
It's a full wipe apart from Yuka. And when an invisible spy is the only person up, there is nothing that they are going to be able to do. and it's going to be a cap coming out from Troubleshooters and not stacking the cap, which is a massive mistake.
Right, I mean, they delayed for the spawners, but even then, that's a bit of a disaster, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, they had everybody up, but they still weren't capping. It's okay to delay your spawners there, in my opinion, because, I mean...
Well, Doge isn't delaying his spawn, he's speedrun dying, that's just
we have Troubleshooters with 95%.
Oh, no, it's over, it's so over. Never mind, actually, this is not over at all.
It was over for Quarky, you could say that, but the Uber on DQZ, Walker goes down as well, 10 seconds left on the clock. The Uber comes out early, which is a slight mistake, but it shouldn't be punished too hard, seeing as they're on Vaccinator and 4 up, and it's going to be the round going to Troubleshooters here. I did call it too early, because Bad Dragons with the early force actually allows Troubleshooters back onto the point. Caster's Curse coming out once again, and it means that Troubleshooters equalize this map 1 apiece as we head into this third round.
There we go, that is the mandatory 1 round Troubleshooters gets here, and now the script will say Bad Dragon gets 2 more, and the same scoreline as every single time holds true. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, if they have some more of this, they can still do it, but they said the same thing in the previous Corp map, and still wasn't enough in the end. Well, not too great start here. Doge down right away. It's a 2-player game at least. Both snipers get 1 each here. But we really need something more substantial than a single kill here just now. Ooh, and we have another DC. Both teams paused each, by the way. This was not one team pausing just now, so Quarky DCs are not even bothering. Pausing for this one, we're just getting him right back in there.
Yes, they didn't have a demo man for this entire fight, leading to this cap advantage for Troubleshooters. Does come out, but the number of players down is just too much to handle. It does mean that everybody's having to get out. DQZ is a tragedy of a death there, though. It does mean that DuMmTm with a full Ubercharge advantage, capping with only 15 seconds gone from the clock of Troubleshooters, and Bad Dragons are once again in the driving seat of this third round. See if they can hold on. Levant goes down, which is a good kill. The flank will be opened up now, but we need to get onto that medic. As a Troubleshooter fan, we'll be hoping that they can get a drop here.
We'll see. Still a lot of game left to go here. One of these teams will have to get 2 more rounds sooner or later to take home the victory here. Claw away to Grand Finals for Division 1. Ooh, look at that flank. You said flank is opened up, but I mean, which way around? Boshi still waiting for a scout respawn, just goes in as on lone star and gets the engineer. It's a lot of work Friday has to go through again. Speaking of which, Soda on the other side also trying the hardest here, getting through. It's little more than a distraction actually. We're just getting everything past this soldier. Who cares what that guy's doing? And well, looks like Bad Dragons might have cared a little bit too much looking at him.
Yeah, because the air blast came out onto Doge's rocket, it was just free reign for the lock and load coming out from 94, getting a double kill there and opening up the point. Only 52 seconds off the clock there for Bad Dragons, as it is now back to Troubleshooters control with a full Uber, 70% Uber charge advantage here for them to be able to hold this point for a bit. Yucca with the decloak unfortunately gets trolled by the fact that 94 walked backwards, and it means that he's cleaned up. And we have a strong hold here. This could be a pencil jump coming out from Quarky there, gets absolutely skyboxed by his own sticky. And it's a no force bomb there coming out from Bad Dragons, and back just not even the driving seat, they're back into the sofa for Troubleshooters.
Alright, into the thick of things we go now. This round starting to just heat up. Both teams about down a minute. Troubleshooters, however, as the underdogs this match. I suppose finally taking the lead this round as well. Maybe just getting this match to match point a little bit faster than the opponents would like. Would certainly put things through a loop here. Let's see if they can follow up on that promise just now. Spidey Cloak noticed pretty early. Will not find much of any success on that one at the very least. Sounds good already. Any more of that would certainly put them in a great position. Boshi spamming across with all the rest of his team really in power, just trying to somehow soften up this hold here for some Ubercharge action to just dismantle the rest of it easily, but not much of it coming to fruition just yet. Oh, wait a second, never mind, they just go in with the Uber.
Yeah, Doge goes down to Boshi and 94 down to Citrus, so it's going to be an awful post-Uber for Troubleshooters here. But trading those Ubers does mean that you actually have weak players on the point in the post-Uber for Bad Dragons not able to cap the point. So Troubleshooters have a chance to try to recontest this if they really want to, but DQZ goes down to Yucca and Clav kills Friday as well, which means it's just going to be a cap out for Bad Dragons. But Troubleshooters over a minute ahead in this round, 2 minutes to 46 seconds. So it's going to be a tough ask for Bad Dragons unless they have a really strong hold here.
It's going to be a big one right now. Big comeback to make for sure. At least this Uber advantage is going to help them close the distance here quite a bit to finally get this back on the road a little bit more. But there we go.
We have the unpause. Funsky getting Boshi there. Gun in banana here. I think it was about 1 minute 30 left on the clock for Bad Dragons when the pause happened. We have Doge jumping in behind. Broken's in the shack, just not getting denied at all. But Quarky going down and Walker as well means the Uber is forced out from DuMmTm, and DQZ is all the way back, nice and safe. And everyone is down on the side of Bad Dragons, and it looks Troubleshooters with an Uber charge advantage, a time advantage, and the cap. They are definitely in the driving seat in this position here. As we head towards the later stages of this third round, Troubleshooters looking strong.
Alright, not looking bad at all here. All things looking up for Troubleshooters. Suddenly, the underdogs are in a power position for the rest of this one here. Do get the medic kill of all things as well late here. Boshi slowly bleeding to death. And I think most of the rest of them figuratively will follow suit with the same fate here.
Yeah, and that means that no Uber is going to be out for Bad Dragons. We just have to have DQZ survive, and it's Bad Dragons going to be losing this round. Troubleshooters using the Uber on the point, flashing a couple of players, and now soloing the Pyro, making sure no time can be placed on the point. Walker is alone in banana, just coming in now. Boshi comes in as well, but it's Troubleshooters getting the round, and it looks like they've troubleshooted their problems on cost.
Okay, here's the spoiler chat. This was tactical force. No one DC'd. Bad Dragons is just big getting a map hog right now.
So
oh boy, maybe they need one.
For the first time this season against Bad Dragons in officials, we have Troubleshooters getting 2 rounds on the board on King of the Hill as they head into this fourth round with match point. We have 94 going down early to Boshi, so Bad Dragon's map talk seems to have worked out, at least for the mid-fight, as Quarky is now free reign on top. No Deadman to deal with, gets air blasted off though, he is weak, survives, and DuMmTm is now going to beam him onto the point, take some space. The sentry gun in banana is going to be denying the point, but no longer as the Pyro and the Spy, sorry, the Deadman and the Spy deal with everything in banana. It's going to be first cap coming out for Bad Dragons, but DuMmTm is dead. I didn't see how he died there. Did you?
Not exactly, but the bottom line is this is just not looking like the clean midpoint it was just a second ago. Finsky brings this back together just now. Citrus still wants to cap here, and they might still get this one actually. Everyone's really slow to do anything about it, but I think they're not too fussed about it as well. On the flip side, just now, a couple of seconds lost, might not need that big a deal here. Sorry, as long as the repush is looking strong. DKZ with the Uber in hand makes it sound very easy, but they're just walking into the side turn over and over.
Yeah, Broken with a couple of frags here actually opening up the point here for Bad Dragons. Although they are a full Uber charge down after DuMmTm got backstabbed there, they have already built 50% back up, and the Uber charge is coming out through drop down. In fact, Broken is going to get caught here if he gets shot, I guess, but he's not going to get shot and he actually survives. They do seem to get the cap out of that Uber, but that's all they get. DuMmTm back up to 80%. And it's going to be a recap straight away, pretty much. Oh no, they're coming in to deny, and they don't actually get the cap. As the Demoman and Soldier go down, everyone's going to collapse. Broken gets the medic frag once again. He's on a tear, getting Friday Friday as well. And I called it too early. Caster's Curse coming out again, and Bad Dragons hold the point. Troubleshooters a minute down on the clap.
Roll-up just popping up from the back lines and just gets that going out of nowhere. Really, really strong force by the scout slash spy main, I guess, right? Get some action going here, and oh hey, yeah, you have this replacement on fail actually, just right. He is the fly flyer. There you go. I remember things sometimes.
Indeed. Jackass played last season, but as we, I think Jackass replaced Roller, but as we come back to the game in hand, we have equal Ubers thanks to that force, but Bad Dragons with the point and the time ticking down as well. Still 3 minutes left on the clock. The Demo Man and Sniper go down on the side of Troubleshooters to 2 nice picks. DuMmTm goes down to Doge though. DQZ just has to survive, and it's going to be some sort of salvageable round for Troubleshooters as they do get the cap with Bad Dragons on 124. But a full Ubercharge advantage now for DQZ is going to bring them back into this round.
Yeah, maybe there's still a chance to turn this back around. It's a bit of a deficit, but we've seen stronger comebacks than this before, so might not be that big a deal. But early cap time is just really forcing them out of the hold here. They don't have the strongest one to begin with, so the over the cap time attempt here will work out just fine by Bad Dragons. get this going a bit quickly and put them in a really good position to play from here on out.
Yes, and while we have a bit of downtime here after that force, I would like to thank the 4 subscriptions on the Twitch channel there from Dave, Aspect, Akio with the subscription, and also Aspect with the gift subscription as well. But as we come in, we have a recontest in from Bad Dragons onto the point there, getting 2 key frags on the Pirate and the Demo Man. Firefighter with the crits now, trying to probably just save them as he is back of Banana. But it's a nice overcharge advantage for DuMmTm and a good piece of time advantage for Bad Dragons as well.
Yeah, looking solid here on that part. Minute lead is strong, like you said. Uber in hand already here. Sure, it's not a big advantage maybe, but one good Uber fight out of this, and we are having something strong in our hands here for Bad Dragons to bring this back around. Play from behind during the Uber charge, attempt by the red team. Sounds solid. Doge is getting a little bit of damage out of this one, only 1 kill in the end. Still, Sniper down always is good here as the Ubers run out there. Didn't lose anyone just yet, and the Captain's still running up, so the slowest attempts it will eventually work here sooner or later, and Bad Dragons will have to now just regret maybe sitting this far passive in tunnel, because now they have to actually go on defensive themselves much more desperately than before.
Yes, indeed. They do have the cap here, so it is taking down an equal Uber position. So Troubleshooter's not out of the round quite yet, but Bad Dragons are going to be trying to capitalize on this round and keep themselves in this match. And they are coming forward. They are on the point. I was saying earlier how important point control is, and this just proves how they get 2 frags for free, but they're losing so many in the post of that, and DuMmTm actually dying to Doge after their Pyro dies as well, and it means that a 90% Ubercharge advantage for DQZ while holding the point is going to be so tough to come over here as Bad Dragons are starting to have this round and the match slip away.
There we go. Cap time stop with the Uber at the very least. Sounds promising, I suppose, but it's got quite a bit to go here, and with the advantage DuMmTm's hand now, as small as it is, still a powerful trump card to play around for the end of the timer just now, but they really can't afford to slip up anymore. Time for error is long over now. They're already down to 1 more mess up on this push, and it's pretty much over and done for the playoffs chances here, and Troubleshooters will pull out a huge upset.
Indeed, they are looking very strong and looking very likely to get this upset done, but Broken with the opening frag onto Doge is going to create some space. DuMmTm doesn't have to worry about that bomb. Funsky replying with the Walker kill does mean that no space denial from the heavy is available, and the slight Ubercharge advantage favours Bad Dragons as well. But look at that time ticking down. It's down to 23 seconds on the clock, and they still haven't got this cap back, but Boshi is in behind. DQZ seems to be safe getting out there. Boshi having to go for another frag onto the Pyro instead. Bad Dragons with the recap, they do have equal Ubercharge, but that demo frag is going to be the biggest key there. That's going to shave off another 10 seconds for free for Bad Dragons. It's going to be coming down to this last team fight to see who wins this 4th round. Will it be Bad Dragons keeping their playoffs chances alive, or Troubleshooters advancing to the final as the great underdogs in this match?
Let's see Doge with the big bomb from not behind actually, just circles back around, just plays into the entrance doorway like everyone else, gets the big damage going, gun down early, Uber out pretty quickly as well, but it's pretty in exchange. They went in at the same time as the soldier bomb came through, but with 2 down as well, puts them in a bit of a tough position, but they have to go back to point. Overtime is upon them here as well. Lose the heavy, get 2 counter kills. Demo Man down is huge. Snipe coming through by Finsky. They definitely need them, but they're off the point! Purple is rolling this wave again. They just didn't go for the cap.
Look how many kills they had. They had like 8 players alive there versus 5 or so. They just had to get on the cap, win the scrappy team fight on the cap, and hold off for 15 seconds, and they had the finals in their grasp. Bad Dragons getting a break there at the end, but they did capitalize it, so you have to give them credit for that. We have an interesting rollout from 94 though into Banana, pushing back the enemy team while he is weak. His entire team is now joining him in Banana as the spam comes in. Boshi going down to Fansky though does mean that the spam has been reduced coming in from Troubleshooter, and everyone's going down here with the Demo Man for Troubleshooters, and Walker goes down as well. So the space is actually in Bad Dragon's favour as we have Troubleshooters playing in Banana, but that Sentry Gun is going to be dealing so much denial, and it looks like Broken's going to go down to Vikman as well, so it's going to be Funsky with the free reign for now as well.
Vikman with the drop step doesn't get the kill, try to as AC the medic will not succeed, and suddenly it's still all to play for right now. Long mid fight as we would expect on this map for sure, but Uber comes out first of Troubleshooters really far back as well. forcing at least an exchange out of this one, but a much worse one for their part as well. It's not like Quacky hits much damage out of this, but still a kill coming through. Engineer will go down, and these 8 kills might just be enough. I don't know, it's 2 down each. It's not a massive advantage they got out of the slightly better Uber they had here at the end of the day. There's the Spy walking up as well, just casually strolling up to try to get the medic here, but there's no one playing up there. Everyone else on the blue team is just chilling behind the point, not really much playing together as a whole unit there as well, and it's just not going to lead to much of any explosive results that they would like to see.
Yeah, Yaka finally going down after his dead ring expires there, and Boshi goes down as well, so 2-player advantage for troubleshooters. But 2-player advantage for Bad Dragons earlier. Can it should be shown that troubleshooters can capitalize instead? But it's looking very scrappy at the moment, as this mid-fight is still carrying on. Now we have troubleshooters with some capture time, as we have Heavy coming in through under, getting killed by the demo man, and it looks like finally we might actually have a cap hit. Broken in the top right, trying to get an angle onto DQZ. I don't think they realise they do now, and Broken's going to have to back up as the cap is put onto troubleshooters' side there.
Alright, well, Bad Dragons eventually do lose the mid-fight. That took a whole 10 minutes to get there, but we finally managed to do it as the Uber Crane immediately rings out right after the first fight ends already. We're just getting right back into the action. Proxy trying to get back into the action through the tunnel area on the opponent's side as well. It does get a bit of damage here, but it's really Walker from under causing some mayhem as well. Gets the price damage going, not done yet though. Demo might not have gotten much, Soldier tries to get some more. Once again, they can't really find as much as they would like. All of these attempts to go aggressive just stopping surprisingly early by the blue team, and in the end it's enough to get the cap, but not enough to get a huge lead from here. And it's not too big a deal just yet. They're not far behind, I suppose, but I don't know, after all this game you want some security, right?
You do indeed. Bad Dragons about to equalise on time though, so they'll be happy about that, as the Ubers are starting to come up. Because Troubleshooter's Uber was so bad, they actually have a 20% advantage here coming into this fight. They might take it early and try to take advantage of it if they have cause, but I don't think they do, as they are playing really passively behind the crate. Roll-up now goes down, so you don't have an edge capper on the side of Troubleshooters either. Vikman goes down as well, so no comms in. Boshi does go down. So we have less spam coming in from Bad Dragons, but we have Funsky on the crate trying to get some space here, does get pressured back, and it's still a poke battle, and Bad Dragons are coming out on top.
Alright, Timer still taking down 4 Bad Dragons. I mean, they can be fairly happy with that result so far here, but they need to see that these super exchanges keep going well, and the last few rounds, they started off pretty much convincingly, winning them at the first round or so. Been getting a little bit quieter around those last few rounds here. Let's see if maybe it can go better in these crucial exchanges here that just buy them so much time just now. It looks like a pretty quiet one, which is always a good thing for the team defending just now. They just get more and more time off a fight that doesn't really lead anywhere for the pushing team just now, and anyone trying to go in late is just getting instantly stopped by the explosive classes and the sniper. Broken keeping this point on lockdown right now, and not speaking some more damage, but certainly not a lot of more cap time at the end of the day here. Needing to wait for their spawn is also weak as well. This whole damage they're dealing is just dealt back against them like twice over every time they look at points.
Yes, and they manage to capitalise all that damage into lots of frags. 5 frags to be specific. They do lose Clav on the side of Bad Dragons, so they don't have the air blast to deny any spam, but there is no spam up for troubleshooters. But it does mean that Bad Dragons are definitely winning this round at the moment. Can they hold on, or will they lose it once again? Will they lose it from their grasp and have troubleshooters come back like they did in one of the previous rounds?
It's gonna come down the wire right now, but it's a strong lead for sure to have this late into the game here in the cap. It's looking fairly like the troubleshooters taking this just now, but it's still a long ways off just now. The Uber does good damage, will get them finding some freedom on point here. Demo Soldier, Heavy, finally all falling apart. Will get them the space they need to cap off the point. Only 25 seconds left or so on Bad Dragons. Just about 20 even as we speak here. As the point turns red, it's gonna be a difficult one, but they have one last chance on troubleshooters.
Yes, they have the cap, so that's all you can really ask for at this time. 21 seconds for Bad Dragons, 2 minutes 15 seconds for Troubleshooters with an equal Uber situation. So Troubleshooters have to play out of their minds to try to win this round, but they have been playing very well in the last few, so can't count them out quite yet, as we have Bad Dragons in upper. They're doing this upper strap bump, pushing damage down into the banana. As I said, that is one way to break this banana hold. You have an NG and a mini in the opposite banana, pushing damage in as well. So roll from Vikman early casualties. Citrus goes down finally, the Uber comes out, DQG doesn't quite have his yet, will use it now as he gets it up, so it's a much better Uber for troubleshooters, and even without that Uber they had a better frag composition, as Citrus is weak, Clav is weak on the point as well. He goes down, does kill Friday, so there won't be a gun in Banana. DuMmTm going down to Funsky, and it looks like Bad Dragons might be collapsing like they have in the previous rounds. So it's gonna be tough for troubleshooters, but they're certainly not out of it. It looks like a much better position than it did even 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, Walker late from under does a huge amount of work here, but then again, people in tunnel still staying alive, getting themselves a couple more kills here and there. Bombs are coming through, getting exactly the sniper. Finsky's been doing good work this last few minutes, but can't do that from the spawn queue. Will have to sit there for like 16 seconds and just hope his team does the rest of this one right now. Yeah, coming up to point. DQZ doesn't quite have it as well. He's already really weak.
Yeah, he is weak. He does have an overcharge advantage, but nowhere near 100%, so that he's going to have to get some heals. Does get a sandwich. DuMmTm is also now on fire with 50% and DQZ on 85, so a huge advantage for DQZ here. Denrax going down on the Pyro does mean that there is going to be free spam for Bad Dragons. So into this Banana is going to be a death trap, but the Uber comes out early. There's no one to chase though, and DuMmTm, I don't even see him on the map at the moment. Oh, he's just in shack. There he is. He's got 85%. There's 25 seconds left. They've had this cap for 2 minutes. DuMmTm 2 minutes off the clock in one fell swoop. Funsky going down in the post. Broken. The Uber comes out from DuMmTm, so there's no Uber to defend the point. They do get the cap in 16 seconds apiece.
He's on 20 HP. Is he gonna get away with this?
So many down. So many down.
Is he even going to get the Uber up as well? They need to touch point before they get the Uber. That's just how it is. They won't get the Uber if they don't push first.
Yeah, they need to stall on this thing for the next 10 seconds. There is time on the point. Doge and DQZ gets stabbed! Yuka, the huge clutch stab here. Even if they get this cap, we have a huge heal advantage and 10 seconds for Bad Dragons to capitalize on it as well. So it looks like they're gonna get the cap. They're gonna delay their entire team. We have 5 up versus 4. The heals are bad on troubleshooters. It's gonna be Bad Dragons by the skin of their teeth, gonna be going to the grand finals in a match you would have thought they would have rolled in 2. It takes to 3-2 on the final map.
Everyone's flying in there desperately as well to salvage what might be long lost, but after the jumpers out of the equation, Klav can just sit in the corner, air blast the rest of them. The heals are bad, but the Dragons are worse. Bad Dragons takes this 3-2 and somehow had to clutch us out the whole way. Shout out to troubleshooters for making one hell of a match out of this one. And this isn't even the weirdest steel match I watched this week.